Angels. Welcome to the Earth Angel Tarot. I'm the Earth Angel, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading. And today's topic is going to be, why do people stare at you? So when you're out and about and people are staring at you, what are they thinking and why are they looking at you? So I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see what pile resonates with you. You can pick more than one pile, and we will go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading. And right away I'm seeing some really positive stuff. And I am seeing that maybe when people stare at you, there might be like a little bit of insecurity. But it's really interesting here. It's really nice because I'm kind of seeing like this back and forth effect when people are staring at you. So right away I see that people think you're very, very beautiful, very, very attractive. For some of you, you might kind of be the type of person who like lights up a room when you walk into a room. And so people can't help but be drawn to you or have their eye be drawn to you. What's interesting here is we do have this 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Pentacles is kind of about feeling left out in the cold, not feeling great about your circumstances, feeling sort of less than. And with the 5 of Cups, it's sort of like this sadness energy. But with them next to the 9 of Cups and the Justice, with the Star and the Judgment, I'm seeing that a lot of people actually are really good at like tempering some of their insecurity around you. So when some people stare at you, it might be because you're inspiring maybe some feelings, like I said, of insecurity. Maybe for some of you, you might even look pretty like financially abundant. And so when people are staring at you, they might be thinking or feeling as if like, oh, like I have less than pile 1. Or, you know, I'm less attractive than pile 1, or they just seem to have a better life than me. But what's nice is for whatever reason, they're still able to pick up on this really beautiful star energy that you have. So I think when people stare at you too, they're making a lot of assumptions about you, positive assumptions that might inspire some, maybe even like some jealousy or some insecurity here. But at the same time, people can somehow intuitively tell that you've like worked for the things that you have, that you've earned the things that you have. For some of you, it might be like you're very like physically fit, or maybe people like interacted with you in the past and they can tell like, oh, pile 1 is a nice person. Oh, pile 1 seems like an intelligent, forthright person. So of course they're going to have a lot of these positive attributes that I'm picking up on. For some of these people, they might even feel bad for staring at you, especially if they're in more of like this 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups energy. People can also really tell that you're ascended. For some of you, you just have like this vibe of being a little bit more spiritual. I'm not necessarily seeing like, crazy spiritual, but just somebody who seems very tapped in with the divine. Someone who just seems very divine in general here. Okay, let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. I'm liking this so far. 5 of Pentacles, please. 5 of Pentacles, please. Why do people stare at my pile 1? What are they thinking? Yeah, with that 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, people really assume that you're just financially abundant here, pile 1. And this might make some people insecure. But at the same time, once again, it's like they see you as this King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is somebody who works hard, somebody who like works for their abundance. So I think a lot of these people are like, well, of course pile 1 is abundant. Like they look like they've earned it. Or they look like they deserve it. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, you look so good. You look very attractive. You look very well taken care of. But for some reason, people can tell that you deserve it here. I like that. Okay, 5 of Cups then. 5 of Cups. Thank you. Oh, with that Ace of Cups. Yeah. Oh, okay. So once again, with this little like insecurity energy here too, I think some people, when you come around, they might be staring at you, but they also might be like around other people who are staring at you. And this might be why this 5 of Cups is coming up. So this might be people who are seeing other people staring at you, maybe even like a partner or something like that. But at the same time, I see that like you don't really like indulge that kind of energy or play into that kind of energy. So they don't really have anything to do with these 5 of Cups. They just kind of like let them lay where they are, and try to temper some of those feelings by at least being appreciative of like, okay, maybe like my friend or my partner or somebody is like looking at pile 1, but they're not looking back. They're not trying to indulge that. I appreciate that. So I really shouldn't be angry at them just because they look good. I hope that's making sense. All right, anything else for pile 1? This is nice. Actually pretty straightforward. I like it. I like it. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there definitely are people who stare at you that maybe do want to approach you or move forward towards you. But once again, you have this beautiful Empress energy, and this can be male or female. But it's like you look so abundant, so beautiful, so calm, so relaxed, no matter what age you are too. I'm getting like for the collective, there's like a whole range of ages of people who are watching, but I feel like no matter what age or stage of life you're in, people feel like you're doing very, very well for where you're at, and you look really good. You take very good care of yourself, clearly. People might even be able to intuitively tell, especially with this justice and the judgment here, that if they have like too many negative or unfair thoughts about you while they're staring, they might get some sort of karma or judgment here. So they really do try to temper this energy. I feel like they're picking this up on a soul level here. Anything else? Yeah, there's a strong desire to fight. That's beautiful, pile one. So I feel like sometimes people can slip into some sort of like some lower energies when staring at you, just out of like a little bit of insecurity and stuff. But they really try to fight these feelings. Maybe you're just very nice, very friendly. Maybe you smile a lot at people, and it just really inspires people to err more on the positive side of their assumptions of you. I hope that makes sense. I like that. Yeah, a lot of love for you too. A lot of people stare just straight up with love in their eyes. Yeah, with this Nine of Cups as well too. There's a lot of people who just stare at you straight up because they're falling in love with you. Wow. Okay, I'm getting this really strong. Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. Pile one. That's why we have this super strong justice, judgment, and the star energy with that Nine of Cups. Oh, I'm seeing it now. So yeah, so this Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups could just be like some insecurity and stuff. I'm definitely getting that. But I'm also seeing that for a lot of people who stare at you like just with love or like maybe even lust, this is like a very, very intense feeling for these people. And so this can also be people who are straight up just like attracted to you. But with that star and the judgment here, this is like almost kind of like a, the only way I can describe it is like a punch in the gut, but like a good punch in the gut. I hope that's making sense. Like when people see you, they're just like, pile one, like, oh my gosh. And I think there's like a whole cocktail of emotions here that can either stop people from approaching you or thinking they're not good enough, or just, there are people who you've never talked to, but like if they stare at you, they feel like they're like a wounded warrior. Like, oh, my heart has just been like beat up by how beautiful one is. I hope that's making sense. All right, yeah, and once again, I got that Three of Pentacles with the Moon and the Temperance there too. So there could definitely be some issues with masculines or feminines who are in relationships feeling this way about you. That might be why this Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups is here. It's because like some people are already committed and they are like interested in you and they stare at you. Oh, this is getting kind of sad, pile one. So do have some sympathy for these people. So, oh, I see it. With the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So there are people who are already in relationships who look at you and, like, they're just like, well, I can't be with pile one because, like, I'm in a relationship. Once again, with that Three of Swords and the Five of Cups, like, people, when they look at you, they're not looking at you like, yeah, I can have pile one on the side. They're like, no, I obviously, like, not only could I not have pile one on the side, I wouldn't want them to be on the side. I'd want them to be my partner. I'm getting more of this, though, for people who are in, like, a contract. In terms of their relationship here. So people who are married, people who already have kids, may stare at you and just be like, I can already tell that, like, pile one is not really, like, a homewrecker energy, you know? I think people can just tell that, like, no, pile one probably wants somebody they can keep all to themselves. So they kind of go almost through, like, this whole, like, relationship cycle in their head with you while staring at you. Because they're like, well, I can't be with pile one, but, like, man, I wish I could. Like, oh, like, it would be so beautiful. Like, can you imagine? Like, I hope this is making sense. So it's like in their head, they already go through, like, the meeting you and then, like, losing you cycle just in their head. And this is, like, very, like, trying for them, for their heart here. Aww. Aww. Like, just really in fantasy land here with the Three of Wands. Like, well, maybe, like, there are definitely people, too, who've stared at you in the past and still think about you. Memorizing you, I'm hearing. Like, trying to just remember. Oh, pile one. Alright, let's see if we have anything else for pile one. Oh. Aww. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of people who, like, have kind of, like, memorized you or remembered you from staring at you. And they, like, revisit this little cup. But it's, like, intense energy, though. I'm not gonna... Wow. There's definitely... Don't be surprised that there's some masculines, too, who... were like in this energy of just like thinking about you, and they're like, if I see pile 2 again, I'm gonna snatch him right up. Wow. Oh my goodness. So that's what I'm seeing, is like a lot of staring is like a little bit of insecurity, a lot of admiration, definitely some sadness around not being able to like reach you. But there are also some masculines who are thinking very seriously, like, if I can see pile 1 again, I'm definitely going to like give them an offer here. So that's what people are thinking. Oh, it's nice though. I appreciate though that people are trying to temper this energy with you though. That people are not just kind of staying in a low vibe energy, but actually really appreciating you and really seeing your value here, pile 1. Alright, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. I like that. Beautiful. Split the deck. 6 of Wands victory. Love that for you. Beautiful. So you're in a great energy, so keep up the good work. I'm not surprised with how good you look, that there might be a little bit of low vibe energy, but once again, you're handling it so well, and I can see that people really appreciate that, and that makes you that much more attractive. Alright, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. I do hope this resonated. If it didn't, that's okay. You can check out one of the other piles or one of my other readings, or you can book a personal reading with me. Alright, thank you so much, pile 1. Love doing this for you. And if I see you at the next reading, I'll talk to you later. God bless. Hi, pile 2. So if you chose the second pile, then this is your reading, and I'm actually loving this spread for you right now, pile 2. It was actually kind of making me laugh because it's really cute. It's quite positive, but there is, of course, like a little bit of duality, you know, when people think really positive things about you, sometimes there's a little bit of insecurity that can come out, but I'm also seeing people like thinking a lot of really funny questions to themselves while they're staring at you. So what I have here with the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles right off the bat, people assume that you are super abundant, super stable. Some people might assume that like you're single, maybe they just don't see you out a lot, or maybe some of you like don't have like a ring or something, like a wedding ring. So people are like, okay, pile 1 is clearly very abundant, very well taken care of. But once again, with the 6 of Swords and the 4 of Swords, so you're picking this up with pile 1 too. There are definitely some people who feel a little intimidated by this. When people stare at you, don't be surprised if they like look away. Like when you look back at them, like people definitely don't want to get caught like staring at you. Definitely some people who think that they're just like not good enough for you. Oh, not good enough to stare at you even. Okay. But with this Page of Wands too, someone described the Page of Wands as someone when they walk into a room, like all heads turn and everyone looks at them. And I'm definitely getting that really strong energy here for you as well. So for some of you, when you walk in a room, you know, heads turn and like all attention on you. But I'm also getting that for a lot of you, you look quite young and quite fresh for whatever age you are. And so people are looking at your abundance, looking at your stability, and they're like, well, how old is pile 2? Because like they look so abundant, they look so stable, but they look so like young and youthful at the same time. So, like, what's the situation there? And along with that as well, too, I feel like people may feel some insecurity here, feel kind of bad with that contrast of, like, you looking so fresh and young, but at the same time looking so financially abundant. But with this Chariot here, I definitely do see that there are some higher-powered people who definitely, when they stare at you, are like, I want to approach pile 1. But once again, with this Page of Wands next to it, how young you look might even be a barrier here for some of these people. And we've picked this up in other readings as well, where some in the collective, especially if you're good and you're in good energy, you're going to age really well. And so for some of you, even if you are like older, there might be people your age who feel like you're younger than them. And so like that kind of makes them a little bit reticent to approach you here. But if people don't approach you, they do regret it. Alright, let's get some more. I like this so far. I like this a lot. Okay, let's see. Yeah, with that tower. People definitely feel like you're a tower, like, when you walk into the room, just because, like, once again, looking so beautiful, so abundant, so fresh. For some of you, when you're out and about, too, it's like, so say if somebody sees you, like, at the grocery store or shopping or doing anything, like, even at work, it's like people see you, like, come in, do your work, mind your business, and just, like, go and, like, get that money, if that makes sense. And so people are like, did you see pile 2? Like, they just went by, like, pile 2, like, you're in, you're out, like, you just handle your business. And so people almost feel like they don't even get a chance to fully, like, take you in, just because you're always on the move here. Yeah, people are fired up about you, though, with that King of Wands, the Star, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. I definitely see a lot of people do really want to talk to you. Like, people can pick up that you have quite a nice energy, quite a healing, friendly, like, gentle energy here. It's really beautiful. People also just might assume that you get, like, a lot of attention, that people talk to you a lot. That, like, you're getting your, like, texts or DMs blown up all the time. And so people might think, like, oh, well, like, pile 2 already, like, probably has tons of suitors fighting over them all the time. Like, what can I contribute here? It's funny, too, because with this star, it's like you have quite a nice, gentle, relaxed energy here. And so people are almost like, because they're imagining in their head, like, you have all these suitors, you have all these people trying to talk to you, fight over you. I'm not sure where they're getting that. Maybe you just look so, so good and so abundant that people are like, well, it's a given that pile 2, like, has all these people fighting over them. But at the same time, you have such a relaxed, like, gentle, calm energy that people are like, well, that makes it even worse. It's like, well, pile 2 has all these people fighting over them, and they're so chill about it. Like, is this just their reality? Like, what can I contribute? You know what I mean? Yeah, people are really, like, fantasizing in their heads, too, about the type of, like, masculines or type of, like, partners that you have in your life as well. Especially, oh yeah, if people have only seen you alone, they're assuming, like, oh, pile 2 definitely has some, like, big, strong, rich man or, like, beautiful, rich woman that they're seeing. Like, why would they ever want anything to do with me? Yes, people are really making a lot of assumptions about you based on your beauty and your, like, abundance or your apparent abundance here. Yeah, for some of you just look like you don't have a care in the world. Oh, yeah, and I'm picking that up with this Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and that Chariot with the Page of Wands. It's like people think that you just, like, want for nothing. Like, you're totally good. You're just happy as a clam, living life, like, bouncing around. Just, like... Yeah, they definitely think that you have good support here. Okay, so I think that's what it comes down to, is a lot of people, when they stare at you, they're assuming that you have a good support system here, that you do have people watching out for you, that you do have people supporting you. Yeah, with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like people see you as somebody successful and abundant and single. So you might be someone who goes out and does things alone a lot, or, like, runs your errands alone or whatever, but people are not assuming that, like, you're, like, single and struggling on your own at all. People are like, pile 2 definitely has some people behind the scenes helping them out. They just like to have their alone time. They just like to be in their own company. Yeah, people are really assuming if they see you alone, they are definitely assuming, like, you just enjoy your own company. Like, you could be out with a bunch of people if you wanted to, but you just don't want to. Especially, because this might be why. Oh, wow, people are really constructing, like, kind of, like, complex, like, narratives in their head about your life. It's kind of funny. Oh, no. They are, though, with that Eight of Swords. So people are assuming, like, wow, pile 2 must have so many people always in their orbit, always trying to get their attention, that it probably just feels so good for them to just be alone, be in their own company. Like, they're assuming that there's just always people bothering you and trying to talk to you and trying to get into your energy. And for some of you, too, if you're, like, out and about, you just look really happy and chill and calm. So they just assume, like, okay, like, this is... pile 2's peacetime. This is when they're not, you know, being hounded by suitors or, like, you know what I mean? So it's this lovely energy where people can just tell that you're very, very comfortable in your skin, in your situation, in your surroundings. Even if that's not how you feel, that's very much the energy you're giving off. But once again, it's like people do want to get into your orbit. I think that's why people are assuming that there are so many people in your orbit, is because they also want to get into your orbit. But this is beautiful. All right, anything else? Yeah, I love that Fool energy, though. People just see you as, like, just happy-go-lucky. Just, like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, anything else for pile 2? Anything else for pile 2? Thank you. Aww. So there's definitely people, when they're staring at you, they're like, what would I have to do to be chosen by pile 2? Yeah, wow. And we have that Queen of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So yeah, people are definitely staring at you like, what suitors would I have to fight? What would I have to give? What would I have to contribute? What would I have to provide? Who would I have to be in pile 2's graces? Pile 2, if this is resonating for you, people are definitely, like, wanting to be part of your life. But they see that you have these beautiful boundaries here. Like, you're not just gonna let anybody in. People are really assuming that they kind of have to jump through hoops for you, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who want to do it. They might just be intimidated or think, like, they're just gonna fail, yeah. But it's like they're, with the 10 of Wands, it's like they're like, I'll carry all these wands for you, pile 2. Like, I will. Just, like, give me the sign. Give me a sign and I'll do it. Whatever it takes to make you happy, pile 2. Aw. Stop, pile 2. You guys are, like, very attractive. Like, very magnetic energy here. Very mysterious. But, like, in a beautiful, lighthearted, like, healing, gentle way. Like, you're approachable and unapproachable. You have that perfect balance here. It's like nobody's, like, scared necessarily. They're just, like, the requirements are probably really high. You're, like, the Ivy League of people, I feel, pile 2. Like, everybody wants to get in, but, like, almost nobody can get in. Wow, crazy. Yeah, but some people are really willing to do the most to try. Some people are really willing to do the most to try. So be careful. Yeah, please be careful. Ooh, with that 10 of Swords, I think as light and fun as this energy was, just use your powers for good, pile 2. Please use your powers for good, because you could definitely use this energy to really, like, manipulate people. But please don't, because there are definitely I'm hearing some masculines and some feminines, frankly, who are willing to do the absolute most for you to, like, make you happy. But they don't need to do all that. So please, please, please don't encourage anybody to do anything crazy, because, yeah, let people kind of, stay controlled, when it comes to, like, pleasing you and doing things for you, because it could get real crazy real quick, pile 2, with this beautiful energy. Wow. Yeah. But I see that you're good. I see that you're a good person, and you wouldn't even do this anyways. But don't be surprised if somebody was to say, like, I'll do whatever you want, pile 2. Like, I don't care. Like, yeah, just be discerning with people like that. Alright. That's what I have for you, pile 2. Beautiful energy. It seems like you very much got it handled, and you've got it good. And people really, really view you really nicely. So this is why people are staring at you. Beautiful energy, pile 2. I do hope this resonated for you. If it didn't, that's okay. You can check out one of the other piles, one of my other readings, or you can book a personal reading with me. Alright, thank you so much for stopping by, pile 2. Beautiful energy, and I will see you later. God bless. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose the 3rd pile, then this is your reading on why people stare at you and what they're thinking when they stare. So I definitely think that if you chose pile 3, we're definitely tapping into some of the feminine energies that might be staring at you. But this could be both, because I'm seeing a lot of different things here. So right away, you're extremely attractive. You look extremely attractive. You look extremely abundant. For some of you, you have this wonderful, mature energy, and it doesn't really have anything to do with how you look, but more so the way that you carry yourself. So for some people, they're definitely assuming when they stare at you that you are someone very well taken care of, that you possibly have a partner. But at the same time, people really think that whatever energy you're in, you are fully in control. When you're out and about, when they're seeing you and they're perceiving you. There are definitely some people who feel very, very, very inspired to approach you, to say something to you, to start some sort of beginning here with you. But at the same time, people are definitely assuming that your cutoff game is super, super strong. Some people, I'm just going to be honest with you, pile 3, some people might assume maybe you've got a little bit of, like, a resting bee face or something. People might assume that you might, like, cut them off or have, like, an attitude. But at the same time, they're like, so? Pile 3 looks so good. Like, they can say whatever they want to me. Like, they can cut me with their sword. I don't mind. Yeah, there are definitely some people who are thinking about leaving whatever situation they're in because they want to come to you and start something here with you. I mean, super strong energy. Also, when people stare at you, I think they're making a lot of assumptions about your character, but really good ones. So they're assuming that you're a very honest person, you're a very, like, forthright and trustworthy person. This might even, okay. So if there are people who are not in that kind of energy, kind of people in a more, like, shisty energy, they definitely feel like you could see right through them, like you can cut through the BS. Okay, so you definitely have people who are picking up on your very strong intuitive abilities. And so there might be people who are kind of in a more, like, shady energy who are staring at you simply because of that. It's sort of like like someone who's like a criminal and like they can't stop staring at like the cop down the street, you know what I mean? Because they're like, are they gonna catch me? Like, are they gonna see me? You know what I mean? So there's definitely people who like avoid your gaze. So like if they're staring at you and you look at them, they'll like look away really quick. They definitely don't want to get caught staring at you. I'm interested with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So this is like walking away energy. I'm seeing that really strongly just for like people who might be in relationships, but we're going to clarify that. Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, with that star, yeah. And the Hierophant. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yes. So with the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant and the Moon and the Five of Pentacles. I'm sorry. And I don't think that you would like indulge in this kind of energy. There are definitely people when they look at you, they're like, I would leave my marriage for a pile 3. I don't think that you would play along with that, but that's just what I'm seeing for the people who are staring at you. So we're getting some people who are kind of in a shisty energy, who are a little bit nervous because of like your very kind of like discerning energy here. And then I also see people who are just in relationships, and there could be people in relationships and in a shisty energy who are staring at you, you know, doubly for that reason. I'm not seeing any 3s here though. So I'm not saying that people are staring at you like, ooh, I can like make pile 3 my side piece or anything like that. It's just like, I want to be with pile 3. Like, I will leave this behind, like very clearly and definitively. They see you as happiness though. That's quite nice because that's sort of a break here from this energy. Let's see what the Sun is all about. I want to look into that. Sun, please. Oh, that's why. Okay, so pile 3, some of you definitely have a lovely light, sort of like, that's interesting. I'm going to be completely honest. Your inner child is very healthy. So you definitely have sort of like a more childlike energy, and you can have this at any age. I think we all know people of all ages who still just retain that beautiful light, like youthful energy. And so I think that's the funny dichotomy here. Is like you look so discerning, you look abundant, you look discerning, you look like you'll cut somebody if you need to, but at the same time you have this lovely, light, sweet, sort of childlike energy to you. Like wonderful curiosity. Sort of unassuming. It's so weird. It's like, so you fluctuate between this energy of feeling, or being and feeling very like gentle and sort of fun and fresh and childlike and bouncy, but like if somebody tries you, it's like you can pull up the sword really quick, and people see that. Maybe people have seen you more than once and they've seen you in different energies, so it's like maybe on a really good day you're just light and fresh and fun, but then like maybe if you're in a little bit of a lower energy day, you might have more of like this Queen of Swords energy, but it's like hot, it's like sexy. So you go from being like, ooh, like sexy little pile 1 to like, ooh, sexy pile 3. Sorry, I said pile 1. So if this resonates for you, you should check out pile 1 as well too. That's so funny. So it's like when you're in a light energy, it's like Page of Wands, but when you're in a little bit of a lower energy, it's like Ace of Wands. I hope that's making sense. It's like you almost, depending on your mood, go between like young pile 3 and more mature pile 3. Just your energy. It's giving me, do you know like Pokemon? Like, you know, like the evolutions of Pokemon? It's almost giving me like that. Like, depending on your energy, you can go from like the little first evolution, like baby Pokemon, to like the grown, like fiery, powerful pile 3. I keep saying pile 1, I'm sorry. So definitely check out pile 1 if this is resonating for you. What else am I getting? Why do people stare at my pile 3? What are they thinking? Aww. Yeah, you definitely stir up some like regret energy for people, because I mean I'm seeing it here with the Eight of Cups and Six of Swords. Like if people are staring at you and they're like, I want to leave my situation for pile 3, then clearly they're going to be sad if they're not able to do that for whatever reason. But it's like people really, really want to start a brand new beginning with you. They want to cycle with you. People definitely see you as very lucky too, very fortunate here. So people might be assuming like, what does pile 3 do to like be so fortunate, to be so lucky to get the things they have? Yeah, definitely people who stared at you want to like see you again. They might be waiting to like see you again, or hoping that they see you again. Maybe if like you frequent certain places, they're hoping like, ooh, like I hope I see pile 3 again. Yes, and like once again, a lot of that prosperity energy here. Ooh, yep. So I do see that some people are kind of trying to temper their energy with you. So, like, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So it's like, people feel incredible passion towards you, like, very fiery attraction here. But at the same time, it's like they're trying not to, jump the gun too quickly. I mean, people definitely see you as somebody worthy of, like, respect and commitment. So when people are in this Knight of Wands energy, it's almost like they have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, when you see, like, an empress. Like, think of, like, a real empress. Like, a queen. Is, like, I'm sure plenty of people, are attracted to them. But, like, can you approach an empress as a Knight of Wands without, like, getting your head chopped off? No. So I feel like people are kind of in that energy where they're, like, immediately, they're just like, ooh, like, they get my blood flowing, like, they get my blood pumping. I would love to have a night with pile 3, but, like, I cannot just have a night with pile 3. Like, I wouldn't even want to have just one night with pile 3, and I'm sure that they wouldn't want to have one night with anybody, if that's making sense. I mean, maybe you do, but this is not what people are assuming about you here at all. Yeah. I think people definitely assume too that, like, you wouldn't need them either. So they're kind of like, well, if I don't come to pile 3 on their terms doing exactly what they want, they would just cut me off and find somebody else. Like, easy peasy. This is definitely what people are thinking when they stare at you. Yeah. But once again, yeah, they think you have a lot of options. And your abundance, I think, are the main things that they're thinking about. It's like their attraction to you. The amount of options are, like, the infrastructure of love, the infrastructure of, like, family that they're assuming you have. And then, yeah, just this beautiful fluctuating energy that you have as well, too, where you look super fun and youthful and fresh and cute, but at the same time, you can really pull out this Queen of Swords energy. But it's super sexy. This is giving me, like, goddess energy, like, very, like, intense. Yeah, I'm feeling the energy. It's getting hot in here. Pile 3, we're gonna go ahead. Anything else for pile 3? Anything else for pile 3? What do people stare? What do people think when they stare at pile 3? Pile 3. Yep, victory. Beautiful. Love that. Oh, it flew out. Oh, pile 3. Very nice. Nice way to end it right there. Yeah. So definitely there's a lot of people who really desire to give you an offer, give you some sort of really solid commitment. And for whatever reason, like, that didn't happen and they feel very defeated, but they know that, like, you're still good without them, which probably doesn't help the whole defeated energy. But with that 4 of Wands, it's like, number one is, like, people really, when they're staring at you, there's a lot of people, oh, I get it. There's a lot of people who stare at you fantasizing about having a family with you. With the Page of Wands, okay, yes. There's a lot of people who fantasize about having a family with you, about having kids with you. A lot of masculines want to get you pregnant. I'm just straight up. There are masculines who stare at you and, like, fantasize about that. So, I'm sorry, pile 3, but that's what I'm getting here. But it's not just, like, get you pregnant and, like, that's it. Like, no, it's, like, to have a family, to have, like, a solid structure here to take care of you. People are willing to, like, leave their own family situation to start a family situation with you. You can decide on your own path if this is resonating for you, what you want to do with that energy. But nevertheless, I'm just seeing a really, really strong commitment energy and super intense, like, just very, very overwhelming, I think, for a lot of people when they stare at you. It's, like, very, very heavy for them, but in a beautiful way. It makes them happy to have these fantasies about you. And it's kind of funny and kind of fun for them, too, if they've seen you in different energies. Because it's like, ooh, like, pile 3, there's so many different sides to them. And they would always keep it fun and always keep it exciting and sexy, But at the same time, you do have a lovely commitment-centric energy about you. Where people look at you and they're like, yeah, that's wifey, that's husband, period. But it would still stay fun. It would still stay sexy. It would, it would never be boring with pile 3. And I think that's what's fueling a lot of these fantasies. People just really fantasizing about having a beautiful family with you, and how fun and exciting it would be to travel the journey of life with you specifically. Wow, pile 3, very, very powerful energy here. Whew, yeah, with that Judgment. And don't be surprised if people who stared at you in the past, if they do try to reach out to you or do try to approach you if they ever see you again. Or maybe even some people from the past might be staring at pictures of you or staring at you somehow. So just be aware of that, pile 3. Alright, so that's what I have for you, pile 3. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Love that for you. I do hope it resonated. If it didn't, that's okay. Check out one of the other piles, one of my other videos, or book a personal reading with me. All right, thank you so much, pile 3. Thank you for sticking with me in another reading. This was so much fun to do, and I will catch you all later. God bless.